Yeah, thanks for your patience here. It's nice to be back. I don't know if many of you have been walking around, but the playground's under construction. We started about August to August of this year. It was delayed because we had to rebid. The bids were too high, but rebidding was really helpful. We were able to get the swings in and get resilient surfacing. Things are a little slow. The equipment came from Germany. It literally took 3.5 months for it to arrive, and then it got stuck with Hurricane Sandy. So anyway, all these things have happened, but it's nice to be back. It's pretty rare that we come back after the design phase as we're under construction. So just, this was our concept we came up with over a year ago. We looked at, this was what was selected for the 2 to 5 year old play piece. This was the conceptual design. We talked about the black and gray color, so it wasn't so bright. So this was, as we sort of value engineered everything, this is the design that we're at now. You can see this is the 2 to 5 piece here, the tot accessible swings, and then these are 3 mounds that are connected by the rope climber and a stainless steel slide that's set in the mound. Some other rope connections connecting all these pieces, and then the separate swing bay that overlooks the fire pits. So this construction started in August 2012. They started with the swings. Those are in now. People are using them. It's done. There they are.
Oh, we almost didn't have the swings, did we?
Yeah, we didn't. Yeah, the swings were out for a while. They're done and they're in, and they're great. It's really nice. It's been going well there. This is the 2 to 5 piece it's in. You can see down here the concrete base is in. And so what's going to happen, the last thing really that they have left to do is to put in the rubber surfacing. It has to be 50-degree temperature to do that, and that's even overnight temperature. So I was trying to get an exact date. It'll probably be late May, early June. Again, it's all weather dependent. I talked to the contractor. You can start, he's got all the sidewalks in, wrapping around the piece. And this is the climber that's been installed. As of today, he was like 98% done with all the play equipment. Some of the rope connections. You can start, these are just rough forms of the mounds. They had to get, a lot of the footings are sort of smashed underneath the dirt, so this is just, it hasn't been final graded at all. Those are the tot swings. And then this is the final layout for the surfacing, and I brought color samples, but this hatch here will be like a sand color, and then the mounds are going to be a green, and then there's a sort of this blue band that runs through the site that can bring people in through the mounds. And then these are the 3 colors here, people want to see when you pass them around. But that's really it. They're working as hard as they can. Again, we were sort of delayed waiting for the equipment. And the last piece to really open it up will be weather dependent.
So without the resilient surfacing there, Allison, kind of that fall protection, for lack of a better term.
Yeah.
Is it still all construction?
Yeah, and it'll have to be, they haven't had any problems with people getting in there, but it'll have to stay closed, especially once that climber's in and it's concrete. Yeah, really concrete. So any questions? I am totally open to any ideas for the.
Have people seen it? Has somebody driven through the parking lot over there and looked at it?
Oh, I've done more than drive through it. I've walked around the entire thing. I would be interested in knowing about how we almost didn't have the swing bay, the extra, because I have been over, I have tested them and used them. They are absolutely perfectly positioned.
Good.
Thank you. It has been a 30-plus year dream of mine to have swings in that location. When I first, before I even moved to St. Paul with my husband, before he was my husband was living here, I'd go over and all the time I'd say, oh, this spot just screams for swings. Yeah, they're here, they're perfectly positioned, and every time I've gone over there, I've seen people using them. And I went over there just about every single day. I could carve any time, when it was still kind of warm. And I might even have a couple of my camera phones.
Right. Yeah. I think the only thing about the swings is, it's always a challenge for our design staff when bids come in. Yeah. And it was just a worry that there was going to be something we weren't going to be able to afford. But when things got rebid and we refigured out some stuff, and Alice is amazing, then we got this one.
Well, it's neat. It's neat to see the climber up there. You know, there's a rope. You're up about 17 feet, and you're up in the top of the trees. I think it's going to be really cool.
I'll second what Trish said, because the swings also hold my weight, so they're substantial as well.